Africa TV ñu mat mbégte del suwaat tey ci suba sile waxtu bi dal di jot xam ngeen ne saa yu nekk bu waxtu bi jotee ñu jox leen rendez-vous ci suba sile juróom-ñeenti waxtu ci suba ñu ngi leen di jaajëfal bu baax ci ni ngeen àndee ak ñun beneen yoon ci Good Morning Africa programme bi fii ci Africa TV ñu ziar leen nuyu leen fi ngeen mënta nekk ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew di leen wax jërë ngeen jëfati ci ni ngeen di ànd ak ñun I hope ne ñëpp yaa ngi fine tamit di wax rek beneen yoon Ramadan Mubarak ci ñëpp su ko defee tey ñu fas yéene tamit waxtaan ci lu am solo waaye tamit digtal leen suñuy xibaar ñu am yaakaar le ci kanam tuuti incha allah ñu ngi ci seentu gan bu ci àndee incha allah ñu dalal ko ñu waxtaan ci tolluwaay réew mi ak tamit yi nga xamante ne mu ngi si suñu kanam yëpp ay mbir yi nga xamante ne la nañ ci ñëw ci kanam tuuti tey ci jotaay bi dina ci bokk ci la ñëw li ñëw indi ci suñu xibaar yi nañ wax ci wàllum li nga xamante ne mooy judduwaay xale yi nga xamante ne duñ dee am ay kayit ci réew mi kilifa yi gis nañ ne loolu nag waruta am wala war nañ cee war a am taxawaay ba wàññi loolu parce que ñu bari buñ juddoo ci réew mi daanaka dañooy nekk te duñ am ay kayit te loolu nekk na li nga xamante ne mooy lu waruta am loolu nañ ci indi report nañ tamit addu ci wàllum ñi nga xamante ne mooy health sector bi midwives si xam nga noosi si incha allah mun a wax ñoom tamit ñu ngi doon sàkku pour nguur gi taxaw ci seen li nga xamante ne mooy seen li ñoo sàkku nguur gi daal xool seen nekkin ak tamit li nga xamante ne mooy ci lu ñooy sàkku ci nguur gi pour ñu taxaw leen xam ngeen ne demoon ne ni ki démba di wax ne bu demoon ba démba of course bu fekkee ne nguur gi tontuwuñ leen wala waxu dara li nga xamante ne ñoom ci lu ñooy sàkku pour nguur gi taxaw leen si seen nekkin ak tamit si seen bërëb liggéeykaay ak yu mel noonu ñoom dana am li nga xamante daal dañuy toog duñ liggéey ci nuñ ko waxee ñi nga xamante ne mooy xale yu nekk ci université bi mooy students yi ñoom tamit mooy ndongo yu fa nekk ñoom tamit nag dafa mel ni dañ ànd ak ñooñu taxaw woon na ne loolu nguur gi dafa war a taxaw dégluñu ñi nga xamante ne mooy notice yooyu nañ ci indi report weeri koor bi ay mbiram ñi nga xamante ne mooy scholars yi mooy sëriñ si ak ustaas yi ak imaam yi ñu ngi cee wax ci li nga xamante ne mooy li baax li ñu war a mun a sax baaxoo di def ci biir weeri koor bi xam ngeen ne neeneen weeri koor nekk na weeri yërmande wala am na tamit yeneen ngéneel yu bari yi nga xamante ne mu ngi ci biir weeri koor surtout ci wàllum jàppalante bi dimbalante ak yu mel noonu loolu tamit nañ ci continuer di wax ci biir weeri koor bi nañ ci indi report ci kanam tuuti nañ ci toftal yeneen xibaar waaye tamit jàppale ne ci kanam tuuti incha allah amaana balaa bu ñu waxtu bi mayee nañ ci of course toftal li nga xamante ne mooy newspaper review bi comme ni ñu koy defee saa su ne su ko defee ñu gërëmaat leen bu baax ci taamu bi waaye ci safo bi ak ci kóolute bi well viewers once again welcome to the Thursday's edition of the Good Morning Africa program live on Africa TV. It's 4 minutes downside hour of 9 o'clock from our studio, and of course once again thank you so very much for joining us, and we have some very interesting and as ever informative edition this morning. And of course we are going to start with our studio stories, and that would include, of course, we are going to report on the number of children childbirth matters in the country. Of course there are so many children who are probably born in the Gambia but are undocumented, so that's a concern. But of course UNICEF and the Gambian authorities are working maybe to change the narratives in that area. We would bring a report on that. We also report on the nurses 13th sit-down strike. We talked about that yesterday. They gave the government until yesterday as an ultimatum. Of course, we understood that they were supposed to meet the government yesterday, or the presidency, whatever it is. But we have a report because the students at the University of the Gambia were in solidarity with the nurses who were demanding for their welfare to be looked at by the authorities. We will also bring you a report on that. We're also going to report on the Ramadan and its matters, because it's a very rewarding month. People are it's important people to show more of solidarity and sharing and caring in this holy month of Ramadan. So we'll bring you more on that as well. So once again, thank you for joining us. But first, we go with our first story. Now, the number of children whose births are officially registered has increased slightly in the Gambia, but tens of thousands more remain unregistered. Now, the trend mirrors the global reality where 166 million children under 5 are homeless by documentation, according to UNICEF. And Mariama Cham has more details of that in this report.
Globally, 1 in 4 children under the age of 5 has no nationality anywhere in the world today due to lack of birth registration or proof of nationality. The United Nations Children Emergency Fund ascribed the reasons for this to the lack of resources and investments in accurate and comprehensive civil registration systems, coupled with barriers in accessing birth registration services along with policies, regulatory and institutional obstacles. The National Assembly of the Gambia recently amended the Bill on Birth, Marriage and Death, giving parents and guardians a 30-day birth registration deadline or be liable to a fine. Samba Balde, a child protection specialist at UNICEF, explains the importance of registering the birth of a child, noting that there is more to be done to prevent the situation of statelessness.
Birth registration provides the first legal recognition of the child and is the first right in the Convention for the Rights of Children. It enables a child to receive medical treatment, go to school, inherit property, and find legal work. It also facilitates protection from child labor, arrestation, treatment as adult in the justice system, forcible conscription in armed forces, child marriage, trafficking, and sexual exploitation. There is still a lot to do ensure that all children in the Gambia obtain their right to birth registration, and we are lagging behind in our objective to reach 100% of birth registration in 2030.
Lamin B. Fati, a registrar of births and deaths, says UNICEF's intervention led to the creation of outlets where people can get birth certificates without having to travel all the way to the main referral hospital in Banjul.
Because of this, the UNICEF program supporting the Ministry of Health to ensure that our decentralization and integration of birth registration processing into reproductive and child health services. That led to the creation of the Ministry of Health to create 73 registration centers and 252 outlets where registration can be held and certificate will be issued at the regional level instead of people traveling all the way from Bolibana to Banjul for a certificate.
The support from UNICEF includes desktop computers, server machines, laptops, tablets, and printers meant to facilitate the work of public health officials in registration of births and deaths in the country. Data from the Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey of 2018 shows a slow increase of 5.8% in the number of births registered from 2010 to 2018. While the figures look bad, 78 out of every 100 mothers and caregivers know how to register their children. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
All right, Madam Acham, reporting there as UNICEF supports Gambia with births and death registration materials, which is very, very important. Of course, like I said, you know, the child birth registration have slightly increased in the Gambia, but there are still more, you know, children who are undocumented or you know, unregistered. So it is important that the materials are now being supplied to the Gambia government, or should I say to the health ministry, so that, you know, this trend would change. You know, apparently not only in the Gambia it's happening, but of course, you know, it's also something that has become, you know, a big time issue or a concern in the country. You know, children that are born in this country need to be registered, but you know, if the materials are not available to do that, probably that would be a challenge. But thanks to UNICEF, now they have come forward to extend, you know, material support to the Gambia. That is, of course, birth and death registration support. Laudable initiative there su ko defee rek mbokk yi comme ni ngeen ko gisee ci report boobu sànq rek maa ngi ko doon wax ci xale yi nga xamante ne judd ci biir réew mi te léegi dañoo judd de duñ am ay kayit loolu nekk na mbir bi nga xamante ne dañ ko doon joytu ci biir réew mi waruta am. donte ne nag gis nañ ne yokkute am na ci ndaw yu bari buñ juddee wala ay xale buñ juddoo ci réew mi yokkute am na leen di register waaye gis nañ ne tamit ay jumtuwaay dana am solo pour yombal liggéey boobu pour ñu mën koo def foog ay jumtuwaay am moo tax UNICEF mooy nekk mbootaay United Nations bi nga xamante ne dafay dimbale xale yi ak seen nekkin ak yu mel noonu ñoom ñoo jël ay jumtukaay dekkal ko jëbbal ko kilifa réew mi pour ñu mun a yombal loolu ci wàllu ñi nga xamante ne mooy ñuy juddu ak tamit ñu fee ñuy dee ñu fay jógee ko yooyu yëpp ñu mun a xam ñu mun leen register bindal leen mu nekk ci record mu nekk lu am solo gannaaw loolu ñëwee wax ci leneen addu ci wàllum wér-gu-yaram bi ba léegi waaye bii nañ ci toftal wala boole ci wàllum university bi. We'll move on to our next story because students of the University of the Gambia are noticeably in solidarity with nurses and midwives in their demand for better welfare. The Gambia Nurses and Midwives Association, in a press conference on Monday, threatened to go on a sit-down strike should the government fail to meet their demands this week. Details of that in this report by Binta Fati.
The healthcare workers called on government to deliver or face the consequences in the form of a nationwide sit-down strike. Their demands include the provision of personal protective equipment as well as an increase in their allowance, which they argued has been stagnant for decades. The decision of the association sparked debates among Gambians, including students of the University of the Gambia, most of who give merit to the demands of the healthcare workers.
And this is really heart-touching. It's heartbreaking. It's a shame that the government of this country is not considering our nurses, because the most important sector that the government should prioritize is the health sector. We cannot talk about democracy or development or any other advancement without our people being healthy. If our people are not healthy, we cannot do anything. We cannot go forward. So the nurses, what they are complaining, I really support it. Imagine gloves, mere gloves. Government officials are riding very expensive vehicles, but the gloves that the nurses need in the hospitals to take care of our people are not available. Injections, imagine a nurse using an injection on 2-3 people, putting many other people at risk.
For Kadi Kombaseidi, even though the decision of healthcare workers will cause potential havoc on the health sector, their demands are good for the public as it means better resources and logistics for patients.
To me, it's going to cause a lot of havoc on our health sector, even though, on my own opinion, it is a good thing for them to do, because I think they deserve better than what they are getting. They are not just demanding for allowances and salaries, but they are also demanding for better resources, better logistics in their health sectors, which are not available to them.
The Vice President of the UTG Students' Union, Famta Danso, said the primary duty of every nation should be to invest right in the health system as it determines the success of a nation.
So if the first contact point, which is the health system, is in a dilapidated state, I think it should be a cause for concern, and it should be a national cause for concern. And then we hope that the authorities have had the claims that have been made by the health personnel and would also look into taking up actions that would curb the situation.
Alhaji Silla, the Vice President of the UTG Nursing Association, who is part of the demanding party, emphasized the seriousness in their demands. He argued that the Ministry of Health has not been taking matters of this nature seriously.
We respect our patients. Patient care is our priority. So we've been advocating for that, and we will still advocate for that. But this has been a long overdue. So these are basic things that needs to be solved. We've seen recently doctors and then PhD holders, there has been increment in their allowances. So, and then our own was tabled earlier before theirs. So then almost 3 to 4 months back, we've tabled these things. So they do not even listen to those pledges, and then they went on to increase those ones. So that means there is selective when it comes to the healthcare sector. They've been selective.
The healthcare system of the Gambia is faced with so many challenges, ranging from infrastructural development, technological advancement, healthcare equipment, as well as financial challenges. These challenges are time to time blamed on the prevalence of corruption and lack of foresight from the leadership of the ministry. One thing is certain, the sector continued underdeveloped as a share in the toll of disaster from the preventable complications such as maternal mortality. The Gambia has, since the change in government in 2017, a lot of threats from civil servants, mostly due to poor working conditions aggravated by low salary scales and allowances. The healthcare givers have been on the limelight several times, but not to the extent of a deadly result from withdrawal of their labor. This time, however, it is a matter of time to tell whether all health facilities will be abandoned to the patients alone. For our Africa TV News, I am Binta Fati.
All right, Binta Fati reporting there. Thank you very much for that report. But we believe, or should I say, I think the threatened sit-down strike did not go ahead as planned, because I understood this to meet with the presidency yesterday, and I think that went ahead. But I don't know what is the outcome of that meeting yesterday. But we would hopefully discuss more on that, because our guest this morning is from the side of the government, so we will treat this matter extensively in just in a few minutes time. So you can wait for that. All right, and we would move on quickly because we have something more to talk about later. But we also report on politics now. The Secretary General and the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism, PDOIS, Halifa Saleh, said his party will launch a manifesto to fight against ignorance and poverty if they are to assume responsibility. According to Honorable Saleh, PDOIS will be committed to fighting the battle against ignorance and poverty to attain a land of free persons and prosperous humans. Fatmata Kasim has more of that in this report.
Although the Gambia's national poverty rate rose slightly with 0.5 percentage point between 2010 and 2016, the number of people living in poverty went up to 0.79 million in 2010 to 0.94 million in 2016. The number of people living in poverty went up at varying portions in both urban and rural areas. Honorable Halifa Saleh, Secretary General of People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism, said the Gambia will not be free from ignorance and poverty until system change and transformative agenda take center stage.
The debt burden of this country is $77.4 billion, meaning that even the newly born child carries a debt burden of $38,000. A newly born Gambian child carries the burden of $38,000. How are we going to solve that problem? We are saying that we'll create a cooperative bank out of the sovereign wealth of the land that will be able to purchase the fishing trawlers, that will plow our waters and ensure that we put more wealth in our coffers and earn more foreign exchange.
Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, Halifa questioned why Gambia spent $4 million in rice importation when the country has arable land for cultivation.
Import substitution. We have indicated very clearly that we spend $4 billion in terms of importation of rice, when we have all the land to be able to cultivate, lacking only the resources to be able to do that. When we have money in our coffers, which we can send back to the farming community and give them the fertilizer, the seeds and farming implements they need, and produce abundant rice, and therefore leave $4 billion in our hands rather than leaving the country in terms of foreign exchange. That is what you call import substitution.
He added that in the tourism sector, almost 300,000 tourists are capable of coming to the Gambia. Honorable Saleh, who is also a parliamentarian for Serekunda, said they will engage cooperative banks to sponsor activities that open ways for marketing their products and link to the strategy of promoting tourism in the country.
They will say 280 something, but 3,000 tourists realistically could be mobilized to come to the Gambia. We are saying that we will have a program where each tourist, before you leave your land, will tell you about the poverty of our people. Those people who are going to go there to sell the country will not only be selling sand, beach, and sun. They will be selling humanity. They will be telling those people what they can add to our country that is of value. That at least if they spend even $100 or euro, that goes to our people. How? We'll get our people to start making cloth, to start making pottery, to start making all those things that constitute our national heritage.
To him, development is about knowledge and science, not imitation. It is about study and not ready-made. The top politician said they will look at the potential the country has and craft their policies on the basis of what is scientifically possible to enable them achieve their goals. For iAfrica News, I am Fatoumata Kasim.
All right, PDIS flag bearer Halifa Sallah speaking there, saying PDIS is committed to fight against ignorance and poverty in the Gambia. So that means we are heading into December, and you know what that means. So of course that's part of what the party is preparing for, to make sure that the party would alleviate poverty and ignorance in the country. So not much, I wouldn't say much about what he has said already, because you have already listened to the party's flag bearer, Halifa Sallah there. We're moving on quickly away from politics, and we report on Ramadan-related activities or matters. Now, in this month of seeking mercy and forgiveness, providing iftar to the less privileged is believed to be an ideal way to maximize possible reward during the 30-day long fasting period. According to scholars, giving out charity in this holy month could help lessen the weight of one's sin. Ustaz Chebu Cham underscored the importance of helping people who cannot afford their daily meals, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. And Mariam Cham tells us more of that in this report.
Fasting the full day and staying up at night may be difficult, but having nothing or little to satisfy that hunger is more challenging. In that regard, Allah has assigned those who are wealthy to look down to those who struggle during Ramadan to sustain themselves. Ustaz Chebu Cham emphasized that whatever Muslims can do during the holy month of Ramadan to increase their iman and purify their hearts should be strengthened. According to Ustaz Cham, part of the reasons why Allah imposed Ramadan on Muslims is to experience hunger and thirst, so as to know how the poor feel if there is nothing on their table to eat.
In Ramadan, we need to open our hearts to help one another. Some of the reasons why Allah imposed Ramadan upon us is to test hunger on His servant, so that those with abundance can experience what it is to be thirsty and hungry, so that they can look back to those people who are always hungry and thirsty because of poverty. That is why Allah supports those who support the needy only for His sake. It is painful to fast from morning till dawn without having nothing to eat or break your fast with. Or sometimes you might only have a single bread and a cup of tea, and sometimes you might have nothing to put in that bread.
The prominent Ustaz says giving out charity is one of the key characteristics of Ramadan, explaining how it should be done.
When we talk about giving out charity in Ramadan, many think that only the wealthy people should give out charity. No, whatever Allah has blessed you with, no matter how small, you can take a little from it and give it away as charity. If you have $5, give out $1. You have $20, you can give out $2, no problem. Allah always returns what you give away for the sake of Him and helps the needy. You can ask those who always give out charity for the sake of Allah. Allah always gives back something to them.
During Ramadan, fasting and acts of charity are obligatory upon Muslims who are able to do so. Fasting from sunrise to sunset is representative of a spiritual cleansing and effort to become closer to God. It is also an attempt to gain a better understanding of human suffering. As narrated by Al-Bukhari and Muslim, the Messenger of Allah, may peace be upon him, says, "Save yourselves from the hellfire, even if it is with half a date given in charity. And if you cannot find that, then save yourselves by saying a good word." Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
Mariama Cham jërëjëf dimbalante ci weeri koor moom imam Chebu Cham wala oustaz Cham moom moo doon dellusiwaat ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci am solo bi nga xamante ne loolu am na ko solo mooy dimbalante bi ak génnee sarax ci biir weer bi dégg ngeen kàddu yi mu fa wax kàddu yu am solo di wax nag ku ne mën nga cee def sa bay sa waar nekkul ñu léegu-léeg di ñu jàpp ne borom aleel yi wala ñi nga xamante ne xëy na am nañ ay am ñoom rek ñoo war a génnee sarax mu ne déedéet loolu dafa war ku ne ki ne li nga am lim néew naaw boo ci génne rek yàlla fay la ci yool bu rëy a rëy ci ni mu ko waxee su ko defee mu nekk li nga xamante ne mooy message bu am solo mooy comme ni mu ko waxee ci xibaar boobu ñu gërëm ko moom oustaz Kebo Cham ci loolu am na solo bu baax a baax gis ngeen ne daa yëpp ñu ngi ànd ak moom ci waxtaan bi nga xamante ne sekkoon nañ ko am moom ci taxawaay weeri koor bi ci fànn yu bari te lii bokkoon na ci ñu ngi koo gërëm bu baax a baax ci loolu. Well, from that report there, and we will now end our studio stories with matters of the ongoing public hearings of the TRRC before we bring on our guest. Now, former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Ami Bensouda said the decrees she helped in drafting were not meant to give utmost powers, arguing that the junta attained power before the decrees were established. The former legal counsel of the Commission was at the TRC to give her role in the promulgation of the JAME sanction AFPRC decrees. Counsel Bensouda told the Truth Commission that the framework of the decrees was effective because it was based on the stage of military rule. Omar Ahmad Toure tells us more of that in this report.
Ami Bensouda, the former lead counsel at Jane Commission, tells the Truth Commission that decrees had not given utmost powers to the military to conduct despotic acts, despite Counsel Jahade's intervention that those decrees did not provide guidelines for activities of the junta, but rather gave them an act of force. Madam Bensouda disagrees. She says the decrees were drafted to restore order.
The decrees did not enable Yaya Jammeh and his regime. Yaya Jammeh and his group, the junta, took power without any decrees. Yaya Jammeh molu yes bankota le wayatar hani decree ta kering. They held power without decrees. Sembo mara decree mantara lori utumo. They arrested people without decrees. Ye molu muta amanke decree kanti. They tortured people without decrees. Ye molu tajire ya amanke decree. So the decrees were intended to introduce order in our society.
The former Solicitor General also refuses to take responsibility for the consequences the decrees brought and instead shifts blame on Yaya Jammeh and the accomplices.
So Yaya Jammeh should take responsibility, his junta should take responsibility for the tortures,
Yaya
killings.
Yaya Jammeh na la sojarolo itelle nyanta oduno tala ye tajire yalu menuke aniye mo falu menuke.
Nobody in the Ministry of Justice enabled them to do so. I did not create the regime, the military regime. And I think it is only by grace of God that people escaped Yaya Jammeh's victimization.
According to Bensouda, most military governments kill because they want to instill fear in people and extend their perpetuation in power. She says linking her to such atrocities is unjust.
And I think it would be unfair, if I may put it that way, to lead them to believe that those who drafted these decrees were the authors and therefore have some responsibility.
And unfair at a collecting come in Nimani Senandiko, come in Molmi alonko wole in decree ke Marco Puria deda.
It would be wrong to lead them to believe that without this decrees, Yaya Jammeh's horrendous human rights violation would not have occurred.
Come ya motako come na tala no nyin decree nyin lual nyi me deda ka fo decree come ya jemela nyin tilimbalial nyin tajiri ya kool min be katanu denda takela.
These decrees did not enable Yaya Jammeh.
Nyin decree wala nyin lual ti menke fenti mi alan ko ya jeme demalde.
The military was a totalitarian regime.
Yeah.
In ending her testimony, Madam Bensouda emphasizes that the Gambia needs a new constitution that wouldn't contain elements of decrees, adding that decrees are a check to democracy. Ami Bensouda was a former Minister of Justice and Attorney General. She was a legal draft person who has expertise in corporate and commercial law, banking and finance, human rights, and dispute resolution, among others. She is also a member of the London Institute of Chartered Arbitrators and a trained mediator. For iAfrica TV, this is Omar Ahmad Toure reporting.
9:30, our studio clock says. Omar Ahmad Toure reporting there on Ami Bensouda's testimony before the TRC on Tuesday, if I'm right. Was it on? Of course, it was during the week, by the way. So yeah, so she was, of course, narrating her role on the drafting of the decrees during FPRC junta, and some of the other things that he also spoke about related to that. And yeah, so that's why it is. It was a long testimony, by the way. And yeah, for that would be for it for now. But like I said, we would be moving on. But of course, that is the final story this morning on our studio stories. And we would be back with more tomorrow, inshallah, God willing. But of course, we are moving on because I promised that we're going to have a guest, and he's already in the studio seated. We're going to widen the discussion on many areas happening in the country. Of course, among which is what we have watched earlier on the nurses' demand for better allowances and their status to be looked at by the government. And they had in fact threatened to go on a sit-down strike if their demands were not met by the government. And the students at the University of the Gambia also similarly in solidarity with the nurses as you heard from the report. Su ko defee rek mbokk yi comme ni ngeen ko gisee ci report yooyu kon ni ma ko diggee woon tamit nañ continuer waxtaan bi tey ñu am mbégte nag am ñu dalal suñu gan ñu war a waxtaan ci yenn yi nga xamante ne dégg ngeen ko ci xibaar yi waaye tamit tolluwaay réew mi ci bari nañ ci ñëw comme ni nga koy defee rek ñu waxtaanee ko dégg ngeen tamit PDO Halifa Sallah li mu wax ci taxawaay bi ak yu mel ndax ren moom at bi ak so foog ñu wax ci loolu tey Essa Danfa bu NPP moom lañ damal ñu war a waxtaan ak moom dafa fare ci góor gi ci président Barrow xam naa dañ koy nuyu ñu amaat mbégte lool jàkkaarloo waat ak moom ci jotaay ji comme ni nga koy defee saa su ne tamit nekk na kenn ki nga xamante ne saa ñu ko soxlee macha allah dafay yombal lool mu ñëw teew ñu waxtaan Essa ñu ngi lay nuyu ñu am mbégte lool dalalaat la beneen yoon ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo ñi nga xamante ñoom ñooy seetaan.
jërëjëf Amadou. di nuyu seetaankat yëpp fu ñu war a bàyyi ko. di nuyu the entire management of Eye Africa TV di leen wax ne salaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah.
waaleykum salaam wa rahmatullah jërëjëf ñu ngi lay fay bu baax kon ni nga ko waxee tey incha allah ci li ñu war a wax mbokk yi dina ci bari lool waaye ñu dugg rek ci biir waxtaan bi Essa gannaaw bi nga nuyoo of course mun naa wax ne sax teel naa yegg tuuti ci kër gi moom tamit gis na li nga xamante ne mooy report boobu li noosi di demande waaye tamit university xale yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo fa nekk lu ñoo sàkku pour nguur gi seet li nga xamante ne mooy waxtaan bi te nag bëgg naa sax ñu xuus bu baax ci wàllum politique bi ci wàllum NPP waaye balaa ñoo dugg ci yow rek foog lii ñu wax ci Essa parce que lii dafa am solo midwives si mooy nurses seen association ñu ne for last 4 months or so ñu ngi waxtaan ak ne nguur gi dafa mel ni ñu ngi leen di tuy santoon di leen pimti pamte waxuñu leen li leer consultation boobu jurul daal ci sàkku ci yi ñoo sàkku ci nguur gi ndax nga gisee seen demande bi ak taxawaay bi jamono ji ba demoon nañ ba démba lañ joxoon ultimatum bu paasoon démba konoon dañ doon toog duñ liggéey ñu gis nag dafa mel ni nguur gi déglu leen ba presidency bi State House ñu invite leen démba ñu waroon faa dem pour waxtaan ak ñoom ndax nga gisee taxawaay boobu.
jërëjëf Amadou gis nga democracy it gives space to everybody all sectors of life to showcase their demands and pour indi loo xam ne moo leen jànkuwanteel si seen liggéey bi.
waaw.
waaye let us not also be overwhelmed with the newfound democracy. You know, some of these things we have been here for so long, all right? But none of these institutions or these sections doing as they are doing today. And the economic situation of the country also should be put into the center stage. Around 2018 towards 2019, government spent more than $10 million on these nurses to better their allowances and to increase their welfare, to improve on their welfare. It happens. It coincides with the demand of teachers that the allowances or risk allowances should be catered for all of them, including those who are residing in commerce here. Not only risk zones, those who are in the risk zones. So now, if within 1 or 2 years again, you want to come around the line again and demand something, not even, it's a huge chunk, exorbitant amount of allowances. The demand is very close to 400 million.
Yeah, but they have the right to demand, like you said, it's a democracy.
Yes. What I'm saying, I don't deny that they have a right to demand. That's their right. But you cannot sit in on sit down. You should know.
Yeah, because...
No. What I'm saying, it should be it should be a concept of collective bargaining in industrial labor relations. You cannot only bank on one side of the story. You also have to think about the resources that the government is getting. Not only nurses are the one in town. But because I've seen this.
Yeah,
this
but the demand has been going for so long. For 4 months, 3 months, they were talking, consultations happening. Apparently, Ngurgi defuñ dara, and they were not listening. But until when they have to give an ultimatum, then they say no.
Because of allowance doctors and PhD holders in the health sector. The government be increased. Time Bobula knows this. I am aware of everything. Time Bobula commence the social media, the consultation, the warning, for you to be indi because you could not remember. Time Bunyalan allocated that 10 million. By then the doctors we are not catered for.
No, but with all that money why lolu da ngay gis ne it's a chunk.
Now man, I agree on one aspect of their demand. Look, Ahmed, what I agreed in their demand is to improve conditions surrounding their work environment, to improve on the equipment, to enable them to partake or to functionally do their job.
So that's a failure on the side of your government?
No, it's not about failure. You know, even in your home, at your home, Ahmad, you see a lot of lapses, but fixing them takes your time. We cannot forget that we are like emancipated. Even the United States of America, it took them more than 200 years to get where they are now. So you don't expect us to fix everything like comparing ourselves to the developed countries. We are just developing. So it's like a give and take. Now, the government gives a conducive environment to every sector. Because if you share your problems, it's a problem solved. Sharing problem is a problem solved. So we give that space to everybody to come out clearly and share what is impeding your progress.
Yeah, but
you should not, health workers, they have something that they sign. Before you become a nurse or doctor or anything, you have a bond that you sign.
But you have to agree that the bulky work is done by these nurses, as you know. And then again, I'm going to let you get what they're saying. This current minister is, he's from them. He was with them. He know what they go through before he was elevated to become a minister. And then all of a sudden he come, they're saying the minister's mate at home is paid more than what they are receiving. Even his mobile credit allowance is higher than what they are earning.
Let me tell you one thing.
This is, how can you justify this?
There's a hierarchy in any setup.
Yeah, it is, but
there's a hierarchy, even in your studio here, your TV here. All of them are not equally paid.
Yeah.
You can be paid.
Yeah,
some people are paid less.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not the difference.
Depending on your responsibilities.
But somebody that you have worked with for years and know what the system is.
That's why government prioritizes them. The first priority that since the inception of this new dispensation, the first priority that they put on place is these nurses.
How?
Before even they come to cater for the doctors.
What are the
priorities? They are superiors.
What are the priorities?
The priorities that they cater for them.
They allocated you talk about the 10 million. Esa, you talk about the 10 million. So teachers, but yet still these nurses are telling you that what they are earning, their allowances, their welfare is so as low as, you can't even compare it to somebody who is at home working for a minister or doing a housework.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not
that's what I'm saying.
You cannot underestimate that or whatever.
Yeah, they are the ones.
These are the example that they said.
Okay. Hear me out. Please.
These are people who are so relevant as much as you
hear
think.
Me out too.
Yeah.
Who allocated that pay scale for that maid administrator's compound? Is it government?
Yeah, it's because
it's not government.
It's not government. But then the minister himself should have known this and then fight for their rights.
You can argue on something that has basis. If the government of the Gambia is the one that allocated that exorbitant amount for the maid administrator's compound, then you have a clause to.
If it's providing the minister the possibilities, the means and capacity to able to do that.
Okay, let me come.
Yes.
Do you do your feasibility study that maid has been working with the minister even before he became minister? Do you know that?
Whatever it is, this is their claims. This is what they are saying.
That's what I'm saying. You can only just have justifiable claims if it is like in the government pay scales. Government pay scale paid maid than nurses. Good. We have a case to argue. But if it is like from my own pocket or somebody else's pocket, it could be even somebody else paying that maid. Not even Prime Minister himself. Who knows it? Yeah. Where do you have your facts? No. So that's it. We cannot just bear something that we cannot defend it.
No, it's not me.
We have to have an empirical evidence in place in order to know our arguments.
Listen, this is not me. This is what they are saying. And
good. That's why I say I agree.
And then again,
I agreed.
The minister went ahead to demand, allowance increment or salary, which the National Assembly approved.
For doctors.
Then, for doctors, including himself.
No,
the minister is part of it.
Including himself.
Yeah, of course
he is politically appointed.
Yeah,
he's not like a professional.
Yeah, but if he said for doctors, as if the minister is not benefiting from
that. Remember, let me tell you one thing.
Is the minister not benefiting from it?
No, he's not benefiting from it. He's not catering for himself.
No, I'm not saying for himself.
He's not catering for himself.
But he's also part of that benefit.
No, he's not part of it. He is now at another level.
Are you serious?
He is at the cabinet level now. He's not part of it.
No, are you serious?
I am very much serious. And I know something. The time that this COVID-19 frontliners issue came in, there was an allocation of a benefit or allowances for frontliners. The minister excluded himself from the list. He excluded himself from the list.
Yeah.
He said, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, but that's
a
different case.
High moral standard of that man. Okay, coming back to your argument, their arguments.
Yes.
I said, we are just ramming, we're just coming, you're just going. We can just say yes. You see now, government is doing something. Not only the health sector, cross-cutting, across the board. Everybody in the civil service, even in public sector. Government is coming with something that they are planning to increase salaries and allowances.
Yeah, these are promises anyway. These are promises, and
that's what I'm saying.
We are in an election year. You expect these things from government that we are going to increase.
Okay, now why all this noise is coming? Because we are in election year.
No,
it could be undercover politicians are the one agitating these things also. It could happen. Not under anything.
Are you insinuating
something? It could be. You are saying that it's like we are in a.
Yeah, of course, we are.
It could also be quite contrary. It could be undercover politicians masquerading themselves as nurses or this. Trying to hold brief for certain political parties to create chaos.
You are politicizing this.
Yeah, you are the one politicizing. That's why I also have to elaborate on it. It could be politically motivated too. It could be. Because you cannot just imagine.
Why would
how can there's a lot of sectors in this country. We never had teachers. When teachers complain, 15 million was allocated for them. They quit. They are doing their job. Nurses, first instances, they give them 10 million. And we are expecting now, it is time for doctors. Doctors also have their allowances and their salaries is been increased. Now, let us wait until when the government came up with this initiative that they are planning, that they want to holistically increase the salaries and allowances for everybody. Not only one section. Tomorrow, police also can come. Drivers also can come. Civil servants, other ends can come. So now, where are the resources? And you cannot just make sure you cannot collapse the government.
Okay.
You cannot push the government. That's why I said it should be the system of collective bargaining, where everybody you have to just factor the situation of the other component. You cannot just push government in anticipation that this government is having money. That's what they are saying. They are seeing. Because this money is flowing. Some of this money, that many of our resources have been looted.
Okay.
That.
Yeah,
so
but
this money flowing, they are here for budget support.
Now, it's
to cater for their salaries.
You are.
And they never have select of salary. There is no month that they say. We've seen some countries. How many months that they are without salaries? Many even developing countries.
Now let's put
it without salaries.
Okay, you talking.
It never happens here.
Talking about the salary issue, I was gonna say, why would the government wait until yesterday and they said, come here, let's discuss? That's another thing. But again, on the salary issue that you are talking about, one may say, when the government came in early 2017 and 2018 and they thought, let's revisit the pay system and increase a 50% salary increment. And from that moment, become, of course, the civil service, so people that are working think that, okay, this thing, yes, they have increased, but it's not enough and they have to do more. Don't you think that might be, in fact, the thing that have triggered such a situation as we are trying to see a section of the civil society would, civil service would demand this and the other side would say we want this. So probably the government didn't do a systematic study to know how to start these things.
It is a man nature. Man is never satisfied.
But the government also need to know.
No, what I'm saying, I've been listening to you, but let's two thematic areas that are very important.
Okay, go on.
I'm telling you, none of them will say this. Even they make it 100% increment now. 1 year down, they say, no, we need more now. You can never satisfy somebody's desire. You always want to have more and more and more. God says it. Prophet says it. Nothing can fool the stomach of a man except grave. If he is sent to his graveyard, then the time that he will be satisfied.
And so
but
what?
before then, he will never be contemplated when he receives it. Even today, you are paid 10,000. Tomorrow, you need 15,000 pay. After tomorrow, you need 25,000 pay. But you also have to factor things.
Yeah,
it's
because
not only yourself.
Yeah, because the government came and
no, you said something.
Yeah.
Let me answer. You have to listen to me. Let me answer now.
Yeah.
First, you said why now government is just inviting them for a discussion.
Yeah, just now.
Yes.
Because they gave an intervention, they were not listening.
It's not about.
They threatened yesterday that if
it's not about only ultimatum.
Yeah, but that was
it's not about.
That was what was reported.
No.
I mean,
it's not about this because of ultimatum that they've given. They can go ahead with their sit-downs, right? It's our problem.
No, you can say that, but the minister cannot say that.
No, what I'm saying.
You can say that.
They can go down.
No, you can say that.
Let me tell you.
But the minister cannot say that.
You have to. That's why your discussion sometimes is not conducive. Why? When you are just putting your point across, I listen keenly.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to answer.
Yeah, but I want.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Why I say they can go ahead? Yes, it's their right to do that. Nobody can kill them. All right. Minister and the government have a right to listen to them and to see what is on the table, what is possible, what can be possible at the moment, because you cannot hold the entire country. These people, these patients at the health centers, at the hospital, are from the same family. Maybe your brother as a nurse, your brother will be sick and nobody will attend to you. You will see.
Have you put that in mind when you say they can?
That's what I'm saying. They should put that one in the first. Yeah, because why? Because they signed something to protect lives, not money. Even if they are not paid 10 months, they should not go on sit-down strike. Because what they signed,
how can you say that, sir?
That's what I'm saying.
But how can?
But it's not the situation. They are paid. They are just looking for increment. Two. Okay. You are saying the government came 2017 and allocated 50%, something like that. 2017 we only increased allowances from grade 1 to grade 9.
Yeah.
Okay. That one when the audit report came out, the president was nearly crying, saying that this is how we are paid, and none of them, and they were all here, none of them were agitating for this increment in the Jammeh's era. None of them when they went out for this strikes.
That's why.
In Jammeh's era.
That's why people
now, that's
fight.
What I am saying.
That's
now,
why people demanded for change.
Both demanded for change, and now we give that environment. Let us not take it. Everything also comes with responsibility. Let us also take our country at heart. We know the limited resources that we are having. You cannot push the government to a near collapse situation. It's not this thing. So now, government came in 2018, to increase salaries 50%, and now also they paid consultants to they were looking for before 2020, before this COVID. I said here over and over. Before this COVID, they were looking for to restructure salaries. It's not about only increase, but to restructure everything, so that increment can pay a big dividend.
Yeah, but then again,
but now COVID came.
I just want to interject here.
When COVID came in, let me just clarify.
You just said something. I mean,
let me finish here. You'll come to it. When COVID, it impeded everything. It derailed our efforts to improve salary. And now, government also have a consultancy firm who was working, not even by now, holistically, not only nurses or to check how can government do to increase welfares, allowances, so that we can just move on. Because we know that our standard is still below when it comes to pay.
Yeah.
So we have to improve our pay skills.
You are bringing
able to cope with the situations. That is there. But you cannot also take the granted this freedom for granted. Any freedom comes with responsibility. Let us also take
but Esa, if you talk about responsibility, again, listen, if you talk about responsibility and having your country at heart, maybe someone watching among those people might feel offended. Because they know they are sacrificing, as they said in the report. They have been working, and you admit that some of their working conditions are, in fact,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
what I'm saying.
And they are sacrificing.
I concord.
Yeah, they are. But they are sacrificing, and they have Gambia at heart.
Who is not sacrificing?
No, you know that.
Look at the policeman dying there.
No, I'm not.
Dying there, who can be shot and be killed. Policeman who can be shot and be killed. He is sleeping soldier who is there to defend the territorial integrity of this country, who is not sacrificing. Teachers, a poor teacher who is posted at the tail end of the Gambia, he is not sacrificing, leaving his family behind. So everybody is sacrificing. You cannot single out one section and say they are the most vulnerable section in the country. Everybody is sacrificing. Even you as who is working in the private sector, we are sacrificing because we are paying tax end of the day.
Yes. Everybody
is sacrificing. But that's what we call a nation, to come together and just drop our personal interests, to see government, as our main interest, main thing that we all need to focus on.
Okay.
Let us all sacrifice. Yes. And solely Slowly or slowly, but we will be there.
We'll get there.
Government will come to their rescue.
Okay, just lastly on this issue, before we move on, it appears that you admit that there's a failure inside of the government.
I'm not saying failure. I'm not saying that we corrected. I said their demand. Yes, I came across. But I agree with them.
Yeah,
is the improvement of their condition.
Yeah,
and also
that's the responsibility of the government.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. We are moving. You know, since the advance of this new dispensation, you've seen a lot of improvement.
But gloves.
What I'm saying.
If gloves have become a problem.
Do you hear? Look, do you hear? You know, you only hear part of their story.
Yes.
Do you hear do you went to?
But no one comes out to deny that. Do you hear?
Do you went to the ministry?
No, it's not about. It's not about.
You can just come.
But the ministry could have come and denied that outright, saying, "Listen, what they are saying is not the case."
Maybe they are coming up with their part of the story also.
Maybe.
It could be.
What the statement that came from the ministry was that let them hold on. They are working on their demands, and hopefully, anytime soon, they are going to come up with a solution.
You know,
they said no. We are not listening. That
exorbitant amount of their demand is allowance increasement on allowances and salaries. It's not even. You know, they use this block as undercover. But if you go into detail, you check their demands. Millions. A nurse will say, "I want 10,000 allowance, 30,000 allowance." You don't go through their demands. If you go through there, you will nearly cry.
Yeah, but then,
so we are not get that. We don't have that capacity. We don't have the resources at this country at the moment. You know, we are a tax-based economy. How can you just demand such an exorbitant amount for this? You know, and within 2 years, you will allocate 10 million, and that one at least is there. Let us wait until everything. You know, you cannot just pick a section of the civil service and prioritize them above everybody. That's what I'm saying. So government is looking everybody in the reply of every citizen or every civil servant holistically to come up with something that will please or suit everybody's demand.
Fine.
Yes.
Just we have to move on because of time. Like I said, of course, I was just admitting yesterday of this, and we have seen, of course, some bit of improvement on the side of the health ministry. They are doing some bit of work, which is positive, also improving some side of this health ministry. But we know there are a lot more that are also need to be done.
Yes.
So what would you recommend?
I never disagree that.
What would you recommend
to
the health ministry or to the government to do to look at the welfare of these nurses? Because also, in as much as you might say what their demand is huge or whatever, but they need to be listened to.
Good. And then one they've given that one. That's what they are
But the thing is, they have waited until these people have pushed until push the marriage be like M.
No,
they have been knocking the door.
No,
they seem we are not. Until they have to say.
Maybe that one can be answered by the authority that they are looking. The doors that they were knocking. Maybe those
it's the government.
Those who are inside those houses.
It's the minister.
They are the one. Maybe the minister can answer that one. I cannot answer for that. Okay. But what I know, Secretary General and the top equivalent of civil servant yesterday,
yeah, they intervene.
They intervene.
Yeah, because
that's like a family.
Yeah, if they had not do that,
probably. If you've been lodging your complaint as a person in the family, you've been lodging your complaint to a brother in the family. The brother, you think that brother neglected you, never listened to you. Then end of the day, the father can hear the rumbling that is happening. He said, "Look, hey, what is happening? Laughing." So he can, yes, this is the I've been, reported my mother.
That's masala syndrome. But we need.
That's what happened. That's why the secretary general invited them.
People are saying
with high profile personnel.
Someone would tell you that masala syndrome is the thing that is deterring our
development.
development.
Masala syndrome. That's what I said. I mean, in industrial labor relation, is there what we call collective bargaining? You understand that concept?
Yeah.
It's about. Now, you demand this. It's a give and take situation. You demand this. I give you this. Okay, you also have to give up here. Let me give you, until we reach to the common agreement. Understand? So this is what is happening. We should take these things like that.
Okay.
If the government do this, nurses also do this. We move on.
All right.
And I'm not denying that, what I'm advising, you say the government or the ministry, yes, to keep on the momentum. Let them accelerate their effort. Let them redouble. They are doing it, but we need more. But if somebody did something good, you have to tap it back, say, okay, thank you, you are doing good. But do more.
And let them look at
do more.
Let them look at the welfare of the nurses.
Even the nurses.
Let them
as we speak now, before 1 week, they'll be competent, they'll be given something. Something is cooking for them. Separately. Something is doing, but not because, not the demand, the extent of their demand. But something
for the nurses?
Will be for them. I know that.
For the nurses, yes. So how about other sectors? Because you are clamoring.
Other sectors also, their cake is like is on the way. You see the statement that was
the promise that was came out.
No, from the government spokesman.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
You've seen the statement.
Yeah, it's
a
a promise as of now. I mean, they said government is working on plans.
You know, if they are not so, they will not come up with that statement. And now you can use that statement to put them into account.
All right, we wait for that. Yeah. We are here, and we hope that they will do that soon. You know, and again, I wanted us to move on the NPP matters, but just one last thing also on of course the health sector. I said there are a bit of improvement, but again, many Gambians also are saying the health sector is somehow also, you know, in a very bad state somehow, because of, you know, when you go through some hospitals or some healthcare centers, people struggle to have medications, and most of the time they are referred to pharmacies. And, you know, sometimes these are people that are in a very difficult situation, and people that do not afford to buy those medications from the pharmacy. So what would you say to that? Because they say during Jammeh's time, the situation in as much as people are saying Jammeh was thin, but you know the conditions were
if that one was really true, Jammeh's era was good.
Yeah, because you just buy $5 a ticket, you go and you're fine.
No, come. Today, many cry that we are crying in the health sector, then there will be improvement. Which type of ambulance that we have in Jammeh's era? Which type of ambulance that we have in Jammeh's era and today?
It's not about having
ambulance. No.
It's about the effective and efficient of the ambulance.
Improvement.
Yeah, but
yes, even the effectiveness. Those are world-class ambulances.
The outcome.
Whereby you can be given a first aid treatment in those ambulances before you reach the medical facilities.
Which area?
These new ambulances.
Which area?
Like when you have...
Because people tell you in some part of the... Because you don't rely only in the combos here. You go to the upcountry, people
tell... But it's not only shared in the combos.
Yeah,
you
but...
You go to Jara, you go to Baza, you see them.
Yeah, this is what we had before.
You see them.
But in reality, is it happening?
It's happening. In combos, it's not about distributed only in combos. It's distributed in various health centers in the country. You cannot just single out...
and again,
And the successes.
You were blaming COVID because of the situation and all that, but people will tell you it's because of COVID-19. That's why we get these ambulances, thanks to COVID-19.
No, it's not about that.
If it was not COVID, probably you would not have this ambulance that you are talking about now here.
The minister already.
And these are, in fact, these are grants from.
It's not about how you take things.
No, it's not. This is what Gambians perceive the situation.
The minister, yes. Even if it is like that.
Yeah,
but it shows you.
And now you are saying it's Barrow, the government.
But who put the money? Who put the money?
These are grants.
No. 500 million.
From where?
The 500 million. Who put the 500 to the table to be able to buy these medical equipment? Who put it? It's from where?
No.
No. We are out here. 500 million. Where it came from?
Is it from Sky? 500 million from the government you're talking about? No, that is not part of that.
It was like a environment from government institutions, departments, that the government deemed it necessary.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the ambulances that we are talking about.
From those institutions or departments, because there was no traveling. Can you agree with me? There was no traveling, internal traveling.
But then
government locked all the doors.
These are all COVID.
So those money that have been paid for allowances and premiums.
No,
I'm coming.
Gambians sometimes
are allocated.
Are
allocated to buy this medical equipment.
Sometimes if you are talking about traveling and other issues, sometimes Gambians will look and say, "What? They're gonna COVID." Somehow dimbaling you, because ministers were just going out and coming permanent stakes, but all the block, and those monitors now.
This is like you cannot be an anarchy. You cannot rock your country.
No, it's about rock.
It's not going to be. No,
sometimes
you have to be. You also have to be.
Sometimes
you have to be diverse.
In what?
Yes, in everything. Your foreign policies, international organizations.
So we are not happening. You want to tell
now?
me?
You tell me how many grants that we receive. You are saying that there's a lot of grants. How do we secure those grants if you are entangled in ourselves?
Thanks to COVID.
Thanks to COVID. How do we get that grant if we are not going out there to lobby for?
Lobby what?
Lobby for grant.
No, you.
Lobby for grant because you are saying that we have grant. Thanks for COVID.
Yeah, this is it.
Is it skyrocketed?
No, there was no trouble.
You received those grants because you are part of international community.
We are in the era of technology. And ministers
had
the opportunity
you can sit here and just be doing things without fulfilling your commitments.
How many times did President Barrow have an online meeting with his partners?
No, what I'm saying, you are getting me wrong. Before COVID, Gambia already connected to the international arena.
Yeah.
So you've said that we've been traveling. Ministers have been traveling here and there, paying exorbitant amount of allowances. Not so.
Yeah.
But those allowances and travel that pay dividends. That's why today, when we are in a crash situation, those international community that we've been following, they came to our rescue.
Why when they were
They came to
going?
our rescue.
No, but then the ministers were going. We have never seen such kind of development and support as were coming.
You are the one who
At the
said
time,
that.
no.
No, you are the one who
prior
said
to
so.
COVID.
You are the one who say so.
Prior to COVID.
How do we secure this bridge that is erected in embassy?
We are talking
How
about.
do we secure this road? How do we secure conference center that is built and today governments are enjoying? They are
That's
going
why.
down.
That's why.
How
they
do
are
we
called
secure it?
No, that's why they are called government.
That's good. That's
I mean,
so
no,
that
but
they
then
know how to do their
it's not
things.
about all of. It's not. It's not about.
That's why they are called. That's why they are called government, and that's why they are improving. That's why they are improving at the international level. So you have to do.
No, Esa, listen. What Gambians were saying, traveling was too much, and not much was coming in this country in terms
And
of.
that's what they.
No,
That's what they are saying.
Yeah, this is what.
How many millions?
But
how
in
many
these
millions
few
that are
months,
invested in this?
Look at what has been invested in the
How many,
health
and
sector.
now,
recently.
even this Battle Highway that is coming to be inaugurated, launch, the foundation stone will be laid.
Oh, I see. You want to talk about?
Oh, I see one. If we are not connected to the wider world, do you think that we have that money?
You talk about even people are in doubt whether the OIC would go ahead as planned next year.
The
The National Assembly have to call
either go ahead
to find
or
out.
not go ahead. All what is important, the infrastructures in place cannot be evacuated. It
Yeah,
is
but-
elected as the conference center. Are we benefiting now or not?
Yeah, but you cannot say that.
Either OIC or not OIC. This edifice is here. So Battle Highway, if it is constructed, if it is built to the international standard, either OIC or not OIC is still here.
You take people money and you promise to host. Even you said that you bring development.
And we are on
Well,
track. We are on track. We never have anything to defy the oath. We want to just put it as,
But the way you're talking is as it appears.
No, you are the one who is saying that people are saying that it may not be.
People are.
It may, no, that perception that I want to clear out.
Let's
Either happen or not happen.
Okay.
Our infrastructures, our edifices are in place. It's finished.
Okay, that's the way you perceive it, but that's fine. Anyway, let's move on. Talk a bit about politics. NPP. Esa, you did a grand launching since December. Is it January? Finally, just in few seconds. Like, since then, what Lamwa held, not much have been heard about your party. People are saying, when will be your Congress? Who's your flag bearer? And all that. We have seen other political parties already, revealing or announcing their flag bearers, but nothing much from NPP. Is it because of you are incumbent or what?
Yeah, we, as far as NPP is concerned, we are law abiding. We don't want to defy any rules or any laws in this country.
Again,
IEC said what is in the Electoral Act, a registered political party. If you go up to 2 years, it's mandatory on you to do your Congress by force. Failure to do so, you can be deregistered. But as far as you are yet to exceed that limit, it's a matter of choice. It's not a matter of force. So nobody can force us now. Either we have to do our Congress tomorrow, or after tomorrow, or we have to. No. It's not mandatory on us at the moment. When we exceeded the limit, it's the time that you can hold us on the ransom. But as we speak now, we can do it today, we can do it tomorrow, and the party is progressing. We spread our tentacles to the four corners of this country. Everywhere you go is NPP. If you go to the market today, the most popular party, the most popular T-shirt that you will see in the street or in the market is President Barrow's T-shirt.
Yeah, people were, other political parties were saying President Barrow took the advantage of COVID and locked down other political parties, and they were allowing NPP people to go around and have health meetings and spread your messages around.
They don't just tie their mouth. They will say something, as we said in Sose, but you can be robo in the dark and say, anytime that you wrestle, he will say something. That's true. But the enabled environment is conducive. It's for every political party to do your politics. Every political party is free. When we say lockdown, everyone is locked. When it's open, everyone is open. You can protect your whatever activities you want to do.
Okay.
You don't deny anybody access.
Legi, that's fine. Pour ñu jeexal rek mooy Legi, President Barrow, is he going to be the flag bearer for NPP?
Yes. I can tell you that one.
How?
Yes.
Sinaka?
Because why? So you say the formation of NPP.
Yeah.
NPP, people of this country, registered a party and entrusted President Adama Barrow to be the flag bearer of the party. Because of why? The way they see the charismatic leadership of President Barrow, how he is taking this country, how tolerant he is into a very difficult circumstances. But the respect for rule of law, respect for humanity.
A coalition president?
Yeah, he was a coalition president.
He was?
He was, yes.
He's no more?
But now, we want to install him as NPP president.
Is he no more a coalition president?
Yeah, you are the one who said.
Yeah, but I'm just asking.
But 2021,
because
coalition has a mandate.
People have,
Coalition has a mandate, which is 5 years, or 3 years, or 5 years, which is in a matter of scrutiny.
Would that end before or after December?
That will end, if it is 5 years, that will end around December. So our mandate, our soul, will start around on the 4th of December.
4th?
Then, yes, where the president will stand, his name will be written on NPP ballot drums.
So, okay.
So,
now,
on the ballot drums as NPP candidate.
I want us to get this clear. I want us to leral this. I want us to get it clear.
Very well.
You agree that you said President Barrow coalition presidency would end December, right?
Yes,
4th,
yes.
whatever. But there are some people who believe President Barrow, how will it possible Mumuna Neka candidate for NPP, Nakala them pour campaign, being a coalition candidate, because he have already resigned from a political party he was not allowed to be a member of a party to be a coalition candidate, and that led him to be the president. And he is the coalition president, as we know. And from Madegaguma, Fenfunyuahine Barrow is no more a coalition or whatever president. Yes, he's the president. But then, how possible is he going to be a candidate for NPP? No, nakala ko muna defe ban law lay jar bana flout rules and then mu nekk yow candidate. Wow, legi leral.
Just give me chance. Let me
2 minutes pour ñu dem.
Even 1 second. Section 91D is already deleted from our law books. That barred everybody to decamp from this party A to party B as a public officer or a political elected officer. You cannot be a deputy, a national assembly member for UDP. You go to NPP. You will lose your seat. But it's deleted now.
Yes.
President Barrow today, he can declare, I am NPP. I am NPP president. He can do that. There is no law that barred him from doing that.
Lawfully.
Lawfully. Section 91 was already deleted completely from the law book. So there's not like something that is barring him to say that. Today, he can say, hello, ladies and gentlemen, I shifted my elegance from coalition presidency or president to NPP.
He betrayed Gambians.
No, it's not about betray. Those national assembly members, they betrayed their constituencies.
These are political things.
This is law. If you betray the laws of this country, then you betray.
Others will tell you those national assembly members betray their political parties.
No.
Of course, the political party supported you.
This is law. We are talking about, you said law.
Yeah.
When you were talking about, you said law.
I'm just asking.
Law.
Yeah.
You said law. You asked me in the context of law.
Yeah.
I clarify. So there is no law that can stop him from doing that.
So you are not worried about that?
If today he wants, he can just decamp. He can just say, I'm going to NPP.
How soon? So how soon will you expect that?
I will not say that what will happen. Okay. I am saying lawfully.
So
it can happen lawfully. There is no law that can stop him from doing
in your own understanding, and how do you think the President Barrow will soon declare himself as NPP?
No, he is not in a worry. All what I know, Barrow is very comfortable. He is not in a worry in 1 minute or another. He will be there, or he can be there, or he can choose to do it now. Or you can wait until when that first mandate is completely ended.
That's not possible. No, he cannot do that because he have to go and campaign. You know that.
That's what I'm saying.
So he cannot wait until December and say Gambians are no.
There's a stipulated time where the mandate of the president. As far as when the nomination is open.
Yes.
That means there's no president.
Yes.
All right. When the nomination is open.
Yeah.
The seat is already
vacant.
Everybody can look. He will be there just to oversee.
Yeah.
All right. That time, before he embark on the campaign trail, then his eligible will be seen for NPP fully. So that's because his name will be an IEC as NPP flag there.
So that's the day or the time.
Yeah, it will be. But if he chooses to do it before that time, it's also lawful. He can say, I'm now NPP. It's lawful. There's nothing can stop him from doing that when it comes to laws of this country. But if he fails to choose until the end of his mandate, the nomination time, it's also good.
So the President
Barrow either side is favorable to him.
And the party, you people, party members are not worried.
The party is the party is the party of Gambians. You know why? I said here over and over, no party can even stand on our toes. I can say that. Because it's not about party was registered.
How can you say that and you start consulting other political parties? Because I understood you have started talking to APRC.
No, we never do that. Who
APRC confirmed that. No. Maybe you are not aware.
No.
Discussions have started. No agreement yet.
No.
NPP approach APRC.
Who led that?
No, I don't know. But this is what APRC has.
You know, Amadou.
But you cannot deny this.
No. I can deny it. Why?
Yes, tell me.
You know why I will deny that? Me as a person, Esa Damfa.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
If I see a brother in APRC, I say, look, I want you to come. Your party should come. We negotiate. You have to do this on my own account.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking at the party level.
At the party level.
Probably you are not aware.
No, it's not happening.
No, it is. Huh?
It's not happening. At the party level, party executive level, it's not happening there. If it's something I will know.
So you are saying that's
I will know. What I do know is our party NPP is very open to any other political party, including APRC.
Yeah, I know.
And we can discuss with any other party if they see that, okay, we see, the way our manifesto is, the way we want to take this country, is that a similarity with that of our NPP. We want to work with NPP. Then
that's another. But what I'm saying is, I had I would mention his name, National Assembly, Honorable Amunyasi. I listened to him yesterday, saying that NPP and GDC approached APRC for discussions, and discussions are happening or have but there's no agreement as of now. But if you are telling me that NPP did not approach APRC, I'm saying maybe
Amu should be in a very good position to clarify who among NPP. This is an ambiguous statement. We need clarification.
What clarification? Maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
So you underestimate APRC?
No, I have done. No, you are just taking me out of purpose. Look, I have not underestimated any political party here in this country.
Yeah, you said no party is near to your toes. This is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying, when it comes to our popularity at the moment, that's the hard fact.
You can compare NPP to APRC, UDP, and GDC in terms of popularity.
We are more popular than all of them. We are more popular than all of them. But nonetheless,
you said you are less than 2 years, and this party has been here for ages.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Esa, are you not contradicting yourself?
Let me tell you one thing. Who is the oldest party in this country at the moment? Which party is the oldest party at this moment? At this country at the moment?
Which party?
Is it not PPP?
Yes.
How many seats that they have? You can't just say they are here 10 years, 20, 30 years. It doesn't make any difference. It's the people who matters. You can register your party today. You become a dominant party in this country because people want to work with you. They ready to work with you. Then you'll be a dominant, you'll be a big party. But you can be at 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 100 years. You'll be the minority of the minority. Okay. Because people don't want to work with you. They don't buy your ideologies and ideas.
One last question for today. Do you think President Barrow have worked enough that for the past years, he has been the president for the past 4 years, that can get him another mandate, another 5-year term?
Yes, I'm very much optimistic of that. Why? Because what he did, there's no president can match him. Our previous president cannot match him. First and foremost, when we voted him in the office, he returned the country back to the citizens. He said, look, citizens, you own your country. All right? All of us cannot be at State House. But I leave medias. I leave your freedom of expression everywhere you want to talk. Talk freely. Share your ideas. Even your angers. Let us listen. Because this is your country. You cannot be in isolation. I cannot send anybody out of this country. I cannot beat you. I cannot kill you. I cannot just traumatize you because of your expressing your opinion. So your country is his. He gives that respect to people. People insulted him. They castigated him. They said throw all kind of classes on him. He is keeping quiet. He is very tolerant. He gives chances to all political players. Anybody want to, even yesterday, there's a party who registered.
Yes.
Now 18. He never harassed anybody. He put the door open, widely open to everybody. Now all the institutions, he just sees exerted interference. You said that the nurses are demonstrating. Over how many years? Nurses have been here. Nobody think of going out to even claim. What German used to tell them? If you don't send a contact with my salary, you leave my job. It's non-starter. But he said, no, I can listen to you. Look at yesterday, the top of the civil secretary general head of civil should attend these voices. You are not even here doctors. So that give the sense of humility that he has for the Gambians and also the development that are undertaken in this country. Okay. Unprecedented development. So I am very much optimistic. I can just start counting until tomorrow.
Yeah, time wouldn't allow it because
I will leave it here.
I wouldn't want to counter what you were saying. But if we'll talk about this.
Yes.
Because
I'm highly optimistic.
Yeah,
and what I've seen through the little experience that I have in politics, I taught the length and breadth of this country, and I know the perception of people, how they perceive, how they want it, how they see President Barrow. I'm really optimistic that not only the victory, but in landslide, in different, that's what they're expecting at least only less than 75% of the vote.
Depending if you have support for other political parties.
No. Even us alone.
You alone.
No support of any other party. except the party that are within our camp at the moment.
Right.
You know, because we have parties that are within our camp at the moment.
Yeah.
And they are also willing to work with us hand in glove.
All right, a very confident Mr. Danfa of MPP party there. Of course, we will end the discussion there. Of course, we have to thank him for very much. I think I have given you enough to talk and you clarify all the issues. Thank you very much. It's always good to have them, you know. But thank you once again for coming. It was, pleasure to have you here. Like I said, he's among those people that is media friendly. Anytime that he approach him, he is so accessible, and he, of course, he wouldn't hesitate to come and respond to our invitations, so we can discuss and have agree to so many issues as far as the country is concerned. But that's the way forward, and we'll keep talking, and of course, and you'll be there also contributing your views as always you do. So this is Gambia. We are heading into a very crucial moment, December 4th, inshallah, and before then, a lot of things is expected from all of us, and we would keep doing that as a media, inshallah. Thank you very much for being there again. We'll be back tomorrow, inshallah, for the week's ending edition, and that is Friday, inshallah. The 30th, that will be the final day of the month, and the final edition for the week also. And I hope you will be there tomorrow again with us. Until we'll meet again tomorrow, inshallah, do have a very, very pleasant afternoon. Once again, Ramadan Mubarak. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Star GSM Electronics special Ramadan promotion starting